There are steps in achieving a higher consciousness, that is, for ourselves or for the world at large, and we must be able to evaluate those steps if we actually want a better world to live in. We're going to observe an article written by Arjen van Diepen, a translation by Veerle Mendonk, and we're going to decipher what does it actually mean to evolve our consciousness. So, truth. Let's start with truth. It's the base of creation. Everybody wants freedom, happiness, love, health, but many people ignore the truth to achieve this. The truth lies within ourselves and the environment around us. We often believe things or prefer to go along with lies to be liked or to belong to a group. We do this out of laziness or to blame someone else. We may get used for the agendas of others, for the religions or governments of the world. So, to be able to consciously create, we must first know what we are dealing with, namely the occult knowledge. Occult means nothing more than hidden. Societies have kept occult knowledge, manipulating previous societies and transforming them into the present one, whilst keeping their positions of power. The knowledge at issue here, the one that's being occulted, we call it natural law. It is how consciousness works, and it involves the consequences of human behavior. So, how can we best approach truth to apply natural law? Who determines natural law? Well, natural law equals truth. It is something present in nature and beyond human control. What determines natural law? Well, truth is equal by nature and cannot be determined by man. Where is the natural law? Well, truth is present in nature. It is there forever. And this is what humans will have to approach as best as they can in order to live in harmony with nature. When does the natural law apply? Truth is this moment, and what has always been, and always will be. So why is natural law present in humans? Well, humans are one with nature. This truth may be found in our genes, the blueprint of humans. These are formed before we become a fetus. These are forever present, and we cannot change them. One does try to do this chemically, and to some extent this will disrupt the connection with our nature. However, this will not change the truth, which was, is, and always will be. Truth remains objective, meaning it is not based on people's perceptions. Truth does not waver, bend, or change. It does not matter whether anyone believes it, knows it, sees it, or wants to see it. When people hear the truth, they have the most incredibly weird comments. For instance, that is your truth, or my truth, or relating it to purely external figures or something else that is completely irrelevant. When someone takes off their glasses and becomes wary of illusion, the truth may look different to them, but the truth itself remains the same. Perception does not equal reality or truth. So we are quick to believe what we should believe. This is because of the information that comes at us all day long through the telephone, TV, radio, school, roadside signs, rules, etc. We believe this and don't even think for ourselves anymore. Understanding this truth can already be seen as an attack on the human ego. Namely, the bigger ego one has, the more that their perception is important and accurate to them. Everything that affects our brain and genes, such as drugs, food, what we put on our skin, and what we breathe, etc., affects the access and processing of the information which is stored within us. We are additionally affected by trauma from an early age. For instance, getting too close to the water can cause trauma because our parents are afraid that we will fall into the water and drown, giving us fear of water. What we believe is the most important thing here. Everyone can swim from birth. That is in our genes. From the time we can walk, we are kept away from water because our parents are programmed that we can drown. This fear is magnified with incidents through media, education, etc. If we grow up in the environment with this trauma, the people in this environment will also start to believe it. Because of situations as this, we put locks on many mental cages for ourselves. So this is the key, understanding, and I use a story at the end there about a kid learning not to go into water because of the fear. Fear is going to keep our consciousness down. It will not open us up to reality, it will keep us shying away. And this is a big key because you notice a lot of people in the spiritual consciousness crowd will often talk about love because they want to love others and open up to each other, embrace. But how much are they really? I can put some questions on the screen for you, and I can guarantee you that not a lot of people in the spiritual community ask these questions concerning human politics and what we do every day and give an exception to, in contradicting our own morals. Our own basic morals. And so that's a mental cage, and all the mental cages that we have, society, culture, religion, politics, all of it, that is going to keep us away from our authentic selves and our authentic reality in achieving a higher consciousness which is beyond these and beyond the boxes that are formed when we do follow one particular standard or way of living. So being able to see, oh, there's different solutions, oh, there's different ideologies, oh, there's different people, there's different worlds, there's different nations, there's different everything, is a beautiful thing. It's actually more unifying. Because if we're stuck in our box and we think our way is the only way and we know everything, how everything should work, we actually cause a lot more division. But by recognizing the natural division within the universe, we actually create a unity. What a paradox that is. But yet it's simply because we escaped a mental cage and we are able to expand our consciousness and our awareness, our love for every human being on earth, that we can see the truth past what we think is the truth. Because what we perceive to be the truth is not the same thing as the truth itself. We must be ever striving to find the truth and to align to the truth. This is the goal of humankind. So if you care about these ideas, I encourage you go to theliberator.us because our goal is expanding human consciousness and evolving the human species to the next level. That is our next step in our evolution. Just as the abolitionists from the 19th century ended slavery, we can evolve human beings to end all forms of slavery, even the ones they were warning us about that are still not addressed to this day. Slavery, fear, wrongness, immorality, all this stuff is correlated. And it's no surprise because all things that are good are loving and caring and honesty. This is what will help create the true, better world that we want. And if you are in it for consciousness, or if you're in it for love, and you're in it for a world of people who are generally with common sense, generally with some sense of direction and purpose and life within them, and spirit and fire, that is you among us in this great movement that we have, theliberator.us. You can send us your article. I'll turn it into a video for you. I create this platform for everybody, and I want to connect like minds, people who want to change the world, who want a better world. You're not alone. You're never alone. Remember that. And that's why I welcome you. I welcome you to be a part of the community, to produce content, to speak your mind, disagree with us. That's great. Let's get out of our mental barriers and into more of the truth. Thank you very much for watching.